We're gonna get this breakfast going for the kids. Hey y'all. All right, so I'm in my small little kitchen. I'm gonna cook breakfast this morning, but I wanted to come on today and just talk about the power of pivoting, right? And how to know when it's time to pivot. So I'm making breakfast while I'm doing it, and I just wanted to have this conversation in the meantime. Because I just feel like a lot of times we come out and we talk about things, but we don't talk about transitional things when you personally got to go back on your own word. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen trying to get breakfast ready for the kiddos. Have a full day today, and so this is just gonna be a let's just chat kind of live. All right. But so a couple weeks ago, I made a decision to make a pivot. You guys may have seen a video that I did on being an intrapreneur versus being an entrepreneur. And I had this conversation with a couple of people. People started reaching out to me and they were like, okay, Nicole, I need to understand what you meant by that. Like, I can relate to it, but how does that apply to you? And people wanted to get an idea of like, what was my next moves going to be? And why did I choose to do it? And, because people can relate, right? So I'm going to talk to you guys about just the truth behind the scenes of when you're making some big decisions and how not to operate from a place of shame or guilt about it. Because a lot of times we hold on to decisions out of concern of what people think, as opposed, and I got Instagram over here and I got everything else over there, right? But we hold on to things based on what we feel like people are going to think about us. And so for those of y'all that know me, y'all know I don't care what people think, right? I just don't. None of y'all pay my bills. Ain't nobody cutting checks and sending me, any level of endorsements to manage my speech. So I don't really allow anybody to dictate what comes out of my mouth. But at the same time, I also understand that a lot of the things that we go through are designed for you to actually help other people. And so I do share a lot because I feel like, I'm that person. I'll have them conversations with you that most people won't. But running your own business, let's talk about that. Let's talk about being an entrepreneur and just some of the things that I had to make changes in. So running your own business is not easy. I remember a couple of years back, I reached out to this lady. She's big time in the home-based business industry. And I wanted to schedule an interview with her. And so when I went to go schedule the interview with her, and you guys may be familiar with her, but I went to schedule the interview with her and her assistant called me and she was like, well, what is the interview about? And I was like, oh, I want to teach people how to go out and start their own businesses and, how they can become their own boss and blah, 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 blah. So her assistant stopped me. She was like, listen, she was like, I'm excited about what you want to do. She was like, but I'm just going to give you a heads up right now. Her philosophy is that everybody doesn't know how to run their own business, right? And so she's not somebody that pushes people to go start their own companies. She actually was an advocate of people learning how to run their own businesses in the home-based business industry, right? And so she was like, she's not really going to be for this message. She was like, because a lot of people get out there and don't know what they're doing and blah, 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 blah. So we never had the interview, but I was kind of rubbed the wrong way about it. I was like, well, how are you going to try to tell people they should be in other people's company? And, I had my own little feedback about it. I was not aware of what she meant. So here's the thing for me. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. That's just me though, right? And what I have done for the past 12 years is taught people how to build their own businesses from home. But here's what I've discovered. Most people, no matter how many classes they take, how many coaches they hire, how many conferences they attend, how many books they buy, how many masterminds they go to, most people are not wired to run their own businesses. And the reason why is because when you're running a company, you're running and starting your own business as an entrepreneur, you have to know how to manage multiple things while being able to produce income. And so if you come from a job where you're used to doing whatever you do and you get paid every 2 weeks, what happens is that you're accustomed to a specific role, one role, right? If somebody hires you to be a project manager, you're going to be the project manager. If somebody hires you to be the accountant or whatever the role is, you do that. As an entrepreneur, you do like 7 or 8 different things, and you got to keep bringing money in the door. And you have to understand that you're going to have overhead and expenses. And you got to be willing to know that you might not be able to make any profit for the first couple of years. Some cases it'll be, for a year or a couple of months or whatever. But you have to be in a position where you have the tenacity, the wherewithal, the gumption, the drive, the fire to be able to sustain a lot of different ups and downs in building your own business in order to really win and in order to really succeed. And so when it came down to what I've been doing, I've been teaching a lot of people how to start their own consulting and service-based business, right? And people would love what I taught them, but guess what? They would never do anything with it. I would teach people, how to go out and get clients, how to do the work, how to bill, how to, how to invoice clients, how to do all these different things. And I just kept finding over and over again that people would get stuck. And the reason why is it was that they needed assurance on that next step. They kind of just needed a confidence booster and they needed someone to hold their hand along the way. So finally, I got to a point where I was like, you know what, this is not working. Like, it's not what I've done. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying I'm the kind of person when I teach classes and when I do trainings, I don't sell courses just to make money. I sell courses and I sell training because I want to help produce results. I have a heart for people. I have a heart for people to be able to get over whatever hurdle they're dealing with. And I like helping them to solve that problem. So if people pay me and I'm checking on them like, hey, how's it going? Have you been able to get work yet or whatever? I'm not saying people don't do what they need to do, but if you start having too many people not actually able to produce results and these people have the work ethic to do it, you have to figure out what's going on. So in essence, that's what happened to me. I started checking around on folks and realized like I need an atmosphere where I can have a process of working with clients. I don't want to just I don't like creating courses. Like, I'm a course creation consultant, but I don't like creating courses just to be creating courses. It's a lot of doggone work. But I like to do it when I know it's a need and it's going to produce a result, right? And so anyway, I just realized like it wasn't working. So I did a little test run with some folks that gotta have the knife, right? I did a little test run with some folks, and what I wanted to do was see if I can get into a business model where I work with them based on accountability. I work with them based on coaching. I work with them where I can do, it's like I wanted to find an atmosphere or a way in which I can be full on engaged with people to be able to produce results. A lot of people, so I'm an internet marketer, and a lot of people in this industry try to stay away from people, right? They want to do everything automated. They just want folks to give them money and they don't want to have anything to do with people. I'm not that. I actually love working with folks. I love kind of hands-on. I love being able to see people go through a process and progress. I love being a part of the process. Like I really do love coaching. I love being there. I love standing side by side and saying, okay, this is what you need to do next. This is what you need to do next. And the reason why is because I've had the most amazing mentors in my life. And I've realized that I don't care how smart I am. If I didn't have somebody standing next to me or kind of in my ear saying, Nick, go this way. Nick, do this. Nick, do that. I would not make a lot of progress. And I would say that to many of you guys, out here, if you're struggling, it's because you got to get in an atmosphere of accountability, support, and mentorship. A lot of people, we're trying to do this stuff independently. You just can't. Like, it's hard. It's hard to be able to sustain in life, period, alone. So you do need an atmosphere of support and coaching. So anyway, I made a decision to switch gears and partnered up with a company, right? And said, let me incorporate an accountability model. Let me incorporate a coaching model. Let me incorporate that hands-on support, and let me see what has happened. And so many of you guys, I don't know if y'all read my stories. I didn't do it today, but every single day we have an accountability call every single morning. Every single morning. We have what we call a power hour at 5:30 a.m. That's when we all hop on a call and we do work at 5:30 a.m. Like literally, we get up out of our beds at 5:30 a.m. We hop on a computer and we all work together for an hour. We have strategic activities that we actually perform. And we help each other. We give each other whatever tools that we need to be able to get the task done. And we do that for an hour. And then an hour after that, we have an accountability call where we see, what have you done yesterday? What did you accomplish? Did you follow through? As a matter of fact, one of the things that I've noticed over the past couple of weeks, this came up so much. It came up in a lot of my coaching groups too. But a lot of people struggle with time management, right? A lot of people struggle with time management. And so I did a training class on Sunday for Impact Nation, right? If you guys don't know, I'm launching Impact Nation. You can't go to a website yet. It's coming soon, but you can DM me to learn more about it. But yeah, so I did a training class on Sunday on how to manage your time and understanding what impact income producing activities are, and helped everybody learn how to actually create a schedule, how to get like a scheduler, like Acuity or Calendly, how to sync that with your phone, how when you're booking calls and booking appointments, you actually get people, you set up your link. You can do a bit.ly link. For me, I use NicoleSCooper.com / whatever that call is for, whether it's / strategy or / vendor call or / whatever, right? That's how people are actually able to book. But I'm teaching people, because here's the thing. I might be trying to my class may be about how to launch your own consulting business. But the reason why your business isn't flourishing is because you don't even know how to manage your time, right? Your mom, your wife, or your husband, a husband or a dad or whatever. There's so many components to success. People think success is easy. And that's my point in this, is that I've learned, I'm a success coach, essentially. I'm a peak performance and success coach is really the gift that God has given me. And being hands-on with people has given me the opportunity to see that. So we did this training class on Sunday. And I love that when we have our accountability calls, we went from folks not knowing what to do with their day to having time slots for everything. From 8 to 10, I'm mapping out my week. From 10 to 11, I'm following up with my leads. From 11 to 12, I'm doing X, Y, Z, right? So it's crazy because all this time I've been trying to just give people, like a dose of something, right? It's like, oh, you want to learn how to build sales funnels? Let's build sales funnels. You want to learn how to build email campaigns? Let's build email campaigns. You want to learn how to launch your own consulting business? Let me show you how to launch your own consulting business, and let me show you how to do billing and invoicing, and let me show you what kind of services you should provide. But because I made a decision to pivot, and I went back and did something I said I would never do again, but I made a decision to pivot. I'm seeing more personal transformations in people's lives in the 2 weeks, 3 weeks that I've pivoted back to this than I've seen in my business over the years. And it's because I stopped thinking about me. I stopped thinking about an offer, or I stopped thinking about a way to make money. I stopped thinking about, how I can make build this empire for my namesake. And instead, I began looking at how can I serve my audience, and what is the breaking point that's holding people back from actually getting results. What's keeping people from being able to experience real transformation in their businesses? And so I made a decision. I launched Impact Nation. Started working with people hands-on. I work with them every single day in different capacities. I'm on a call with somebody. I have young, fresh out of college kids that I'm working with that I love. Some of them call me ma'am every other word, right? And they're like, well, how do I do this and how do I do that? But here's what I've learned. As a result of doing that, I'm seeing people for the first time in years get checks after 2 weeks of working together, right? $1,500 checks and $500 checks, and just actually able to make money. I'm seeing people's confidence level grow. I'm seeing people read more books. I'm seeing people spend more time in personal development. I'm seeing people put exercise back on the calendar. I'm seeing people want to meal prep. I'm seeing people thinking about their weekly schedules and, how to have date night and family time. It's so many things that I've been able to actually experience in this quick pivot, that you begin to realize that you can't let pride or ego hold you back from a decision that you have to make, right? For a long time, I used to be afraid to go back on my word and do things that I said I would never do. Because sometimes you go through seasons where you're just done, and you have to be okay with that. But just because that season is over doesn't mean it's over for a lifetime. There are things that you may come back and visit, and it may turn out to be the greatest blessing of your life, which it has been for me. I am thoroughly enjoying being a part of Impact Nation, just kind of being the founder of it, creating the vision for it, but actually being able to build a movement that everybody can buy into, right? We got to understand, guys, in the season that we're going into right now, people need us. And there are gifts, skills, and talents that God has placed on the inside of you that they're great for you, but guess what? They're the biggest blessing for so many other people. And so you have to ask yourself, like, What are the things that you're seeing that works? What are the things that you're seeing that not works? What are the problems that you're finding that you were created to fix? You know, who are the people that are in front of you that constantly have a problem that you're called to serve them? I have a digital marketing mastermind group also in the mornings, right? So I have 3 calls every morning, y'all. I have a call at 5:30 a.m. That's our productivity call where we do work. I have a 6:30 a.m. accountability call, and then I have a 7:30 a.m. Call with my digital marketing mastermind group. And so this morning we were on the call, and today's concern was, I got a lot going on. I got to get a project done. It requires writing, and I don't know where to start, right? So we're just all on this call. And one of the guys who helps lead the call, he was like, so tell us what you need. How can we help you? And he started talking about tools that he had. But one of the things that I noticed is that the need was writing. And I was like, I'm a writer. What do you need? And so she ended up telling me what she needed. I was like, let's map it out right now. I can crank this stuff out by the end of the day today, right? She was like, oh my God, can you? I've been belaboring over it. I've been wanting to get it done for a long time. And I was like, yeah, that's what I do, right? So we just decided we brainstormed, we came up with her topics, and we're going to help her build out this campaign that she needs to build to get her coaching business going, right? This is the power of community. This is the power of serving. This is the power. And no, I don't charge this. We're in a mastermind. We don't charge each other. We help each other. Now, I'm not saying you don't charge people for that, right? But in the situation that we're in, we serve each other all the time. Like in my mastermind group, that's not why we're not in there trying to figure out how to make money off of each other. We're in that group trying to figure out how to help each other elevate to be better at what we know each other is really good at doing. And so I share this with you guys. I just feel the need to share this stuff, especially as an African American female, right, who was raised in environments where I saw a little bit of entrepreneurship and I saw a little bit of success being in LA, but I never really knew what it took to be successful, right? You just growing up in LA, you get to see a lot of celebrities and stuff, but from a standpoint of running a company and running a business and understanding personal development and mindset and things like that, I didn't always have accessibility to what it looked like behind the scenes. And I always wanted to know, like, how did that person get that big old house? And how does that person drive that fancy car? And how does that person get positioned to be able to make that level of income? And so what I've decided is, as I've learned over the years, I mean, obviously you guys see, my background isn't in no luxurious house right now. We're in a starter home from transitioning into a new city. Not a starter home. We're in an apartment for now. And we plan on getting a house later in a couple of months. But I share that to say that over the years, I've learned enough about what it takes to win, to know that it takes community, to know that it takes accountability, to know that it takes service, being able to build relationships with people and being able to serve people in a way that really help them transform in their life. If you guys are out here trying to build businesses that's focused only on money, and you're not getting the results that you need, if you're out here putting up social media posts and nobody's responding to your posts, if you're out here trying to launch a movement and nobody is buying in, if you're out here, whatever you're trying to do or kickstart or promote and you're not getting results that you want, it's because your focus is too selfish. You have a self-driven focus. And in order for you to really be able to attract people to your movement, to your offer, to your product, to your community, to your plan, you have to come in, you have to approach life with a focus of service. How can I serve people? How can I help people? And how can I help transform people's lives? When you start asking yourself that question, then you'll be willing to make whatever pivots are necessary to advance their life. For me, I stopped trying to fit the mold of what looks right, of what people are doing or what other folks said works. And instead I asked God, how can you use me to serve? What are the key things that you need me to do? And that's the thing. He told me to do something that had me pivot and get back into an industry that I was just like, okay. And guess what? It's been the greatest thing I could have ever done, because with this recession coming, baby, business is booming, right? Business is booming. But it also is opening up a door for me not to approach it for what I can get out of it, but who can I mentor to get results and they can have the same level of success. So when you approach it from that standpoint, y'all, you start looking at a way to serve, you'll be willing to make whatever pivots you got to make to elevate in your life. If you get very self-contained and very self-focused and you get overwhelmingly too involved with a perfect picture of how you think things should look, and it's not working the way you want it to work, but you keep finding yourself navigating from it, it's probably because you need to figure out how that aligns with who you're going to serve. If you start thinking about who you're going to serve, you might find that you might completely tear up your whole plan and do something completely different. And that's what I did. I mean, I'm just talking to y'all because I got to cook, so I'm rambling. But I wanted to just share that with you guys. You got to know, you'll know when it's time to pivot based on when you ask that question of who can I serve, right? Who can I serve? How can I help transform people's lives? And what capacity do I need to be in to be able to do that? And here's another thing that has been a blessing. I feel like for years, I've had access to so many people, and I always was trying to figure out an offer to accommodate my reach, right? That's what we do in internet marketing. It's like, if you have this audience of chiropractors, maybe I should create an agency for Facebook ads for chiropractors. If I have a network of nurses, maybe I should come up with a product to teach nurses how to build their own home-based businesses or whatever, right? But you find yourself always trying to come up with an offer that's transactional to benefit from your network, right? I used to do that, but now I stopped doing that, and I just started asking how I can serve. And it's amazing. I've gotten so many calls and made so many relationships with people that I've known for years just because I stopped looking for the transactional intent in that connection. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, which means that you stop looking for a way to pull money out of people every single time you connect with them. Because you never know where a relationship can lead you. You never know what kind of, connection you can have with folks. And so anyway, I'm in here cooking. I will tell y'all this. I have started a movement called Impact Nation. Impact Nation is about helping people to be able to build businesses from home without having to create their own companies, okay? Without having to create their own companies, and being able to provide them with the coaching, the training, the support that they need, and have a readily available business model for them to profit from, right? And so if you want to learn more about Impact Nation, get with me. But this is for people who are willing to work. Like, this is not for ego-driven folks that are out here trying to become independent superstars, and you want to go do all this stuff like all the superstars. Like, this is about humbly figuring out a way to build a business from home where you can serve others and make money, but you're willing to do the work. There's a lot of people out here who just want to be Instagram sensations and stuff like that. And if you want to do that, I'm good with that. But if you really want to learn how to build a successful business, if you want to learn how to become a good leader, if you want to learn how to mentor others so that you can help transform their lives and produce results, if you want to learn what it means to serve through sales, right? Because a lot of people don't know how to sell because you're too selfish. If you struggle with sales, it's because you're selfishly pursuing the sales that you're trying to sell. But if you learn how to serve, you'll always be able to sell. I've been in sales all my life. And when you learn how to serve other people, you realize sales is not you trying to get over on somebody. Sales is you identifying a problem somebody had, and you're giving it a solution, and you do the work to help give them the solution, right? You show up. So these are the kind of things that we teach. But I tell y'all right now, I don't do the whole superstar stuff. I think a lot of us are duped and deceived by this Instagram and social media population. It's very self-focused, and I don't do that. I believe that if you don't have a heart for other people, then you're probably not going to make no money off of them for long. You might make some money off of them for a few months, but it won't last long. And so, yeah, so if y'all really want to learn more about Impact Nation, reach out to me. If you guys are struggling with your pivot, you don't know where to go, where to turn, and what to do, you got to ask, like, how can I serve others and how can I help people win? And and then you'll begin to see what direction you need to go in. Because right now, y'all, the economy is changing. The economy is going to be tanking. We were just looking at some of the statistics about commercial companies that are closing their doors for good and not coming back. We were looking at the unemployment statistics. I think you got 30-something million people are unemployed. Well, it's been that many people, but I don't say it's been that many people, but it's increasing every month. But it's a lot of different things that are happening where people are going to need a lot of help. And so you have to ask yourself, how can I serve others and be able to help people win? And you'll see a lot of opportunities present themselves for you. That's how you'll know how to pivot. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about Impact Nation, DM me. I'm just here trying to make breakfast for my hungry big old boy. This boy does not want. He doesn't want. My kids get a full breakfast every morning. So this morning we making sauteed potatoes. We're making, they like their eggs with turkey bacon. We're making French toast. And I'm going to have some avocado toast. And so that's what we got going on this morning. So yeah, I just want to share that with y'all. You know, you'll pivot. If you learn how to serve others, you'll figure out how to make the pivot. I made a pivot. I love it. I'm so freed up. And here, and I'm just shooting a breeze with y'all. But here's the thing that y'all getting this kind of behind the doors conversation with a lot of entrepreneur friends. It's a lot of doggone work to be an entrepreneur. You know, people don't always tell you all the steps that they got to go through and all the money that they got to spend. But a lot of us, we realize it's a lot more. What's the context that they use? It's overrated. I don't want to say it's overrated. I love being an entrepreneur, but I love now that I'm in a place where I don't have to try to run an entire company on my own. I can leverage an existing company, and don't have to worry about fulfillment and customer support and all these other things. It just feels so liberating to not have to be caught up in all pieces of running a company. And so anyway, if y'all want to learn more, hit me up. We'll talk about Impact Nation and what we got going on. And I am going to continue to cook the breakfast for these folks and get it going so I can get my day going. What do y'all have going on today? I see a lot of you guys are on. Who's on and where are you? Like I have multiple groups on in here. Where are you guys? Hey, Tanya, Wilma, and hey, Antonia. What's up, girl? Brandy. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm going to wrap up. I just need to wash my hands, turn off this camera. Pennsylvania. Hey, Instagram. Yeah, y'all just catching me. I'm just shooting a breeze. I actually, you know, I used to do a morning show. It's like a 15-minute rise, grind, and shine, 15, 20-minute show. I used to talk about different topics, motivational topics and stuff like that. And I think I want to get back to that, just kind of giving some tips on like real life experiences. Even, y'all know what I really love talking about? I really love talking about sales. How many of y'all need help with sales? I realize a lot of people don't know how to sell. Hey, Brian. You in Ohio, Toledo? Hey. And y'all, Trader Joe's got the best seasonings too, by the way. Y'all should all go get a bottle of this mushroom multi-purpose seasoning. Oh my God, it is so good. All this, I use the onion salt from Trader Joe's. I got the 21 seasoning salute. All of these are I love Trader Joe's. Yeah, I gotta go season up my potatoes and get this stuff going. But who needs help with sales? Your DM on Facebook. Yeah, you can DM me wherever you can DM me. Because you guys are on YouTube on here. Y'all are in my Facebook groups. Y'all are on my business page. Y'all are on my Instagram account. Yeah, let's talk about sales. Yeah, I'm probably going to shut this off and talk about sales. When I shut this video down, I'm going to do another video about how to sell, especially for those of y'all in the home-based business industry and stuff like that. I love sales. I really do. So, I don't have any forks. So I'm going to cut this off. I'll come back on. If y'all want to learn more about sales, we're probably going to hop on here. I see a lot more people are coming on. But I'm going to wrap this up. I'll probably shoot another video about what it takes to kind of really create momentum in a business. What does it take to, and this is for those of you who really want to attract the tribe, right? I've been really good over the years at building community with strangers through social media. And I tell people it's funny where I live because I move so much. What time, Brian? That's a good question. What time you want me to come on? I got to look at my schedule. I got a full schedule today. And I am not dressed. I'm still in my PJs. Ha ha ha. I've had all these calls this morning. Brian, you have a conference call at noon? What time zone? You in Ohio? Are y'all central? Are you central? Yeah, I'm not sure what time because I gotta look at my schedule. I have several calls lined up today. I have several calls lined up, but I'll post it. I'll do a sales. I'm gonna do a call on sales, like really how to overcome your fear of selling. You know, how to increase your closing ratios, how to handle sales calls. You know, what are some key components in building your business and being able to attract quality customers? All of those things are things that a lot of people don't know. You get in business and you have no idea how to close a deal. So I'm not sure what time. I got to look at my schedule, Brian. And then I'll just stay close to my Facebook feed because I'll post it. Okay. I'll post it and I'll let y'all know. I'll give y'all a heads up because my schedule be so random. I have a lot of appointments today. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna finish cooking. I hope this helped y'all. But DM me if you want to learn more about Impact Nation. You say hi, Carson. So, all right, y'all. We'll talk. Bye. No, you don't want to eat that. No, your hand's not clean. It's wet. It's wet. It's wet. You gotta go dry your hands off. Sorry. Kids putting their fingers on the food. See you guys.